Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I stand before you today on a collective privilege to focus on a concern of our overseas Filipino workers, which is often understated, if not neglected, referring to the mental health needs of our OFWs. In 2019, the World Health Organization reported that around 970 million people globally were living with a mental disorder, with anxiety and depression as the most common afflictions. Other disorders include stress, traumatic symptoms, psychological distress, and psychiatric disorders, sleep problems, and substance abuses. Mental health problems occur in different levels, Mr. Speaker, ranging from temporary behavioral disorders to severe mental dysfunctions. Generally, they are triggered by stressors such as disruptive events, isolation, economic pressures, and the inability to adjust to a new culture. The presence of a mental health disorder is revealed by such symptoms as loneliness, adjustment, and mood disorders, homesickness, diminishing self-esteem, paranoia, and even suicidal tendencies and acts. Some studies also point out that mental health problems are at times co-occurring with substance abuse or yung ating pong napupunta po sa masamang bisyo, especially when there is little psychosocial care available to the person with mental health needs. It should be noted, Mr. Speaker, that the mental health impact of recent global events, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, geopolitical events, and environmental change is likely to persist and perhaps even worsen. It has also been observed that mental illnesses continue to disproportionately impact vulnerable populations globally, including our beloved OFWs. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, there is no official data on the prevalence of mental health problems affecting our OFWs. However, I myself, in my recent visits abroad and encounters with OFWs in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, have personally witnessed cases and heard narratives on how the difficulties and challenges faced by the OFWs in the course of their overseas employment have affected their mental health. Moreover, Mr. Speaker, though limited, the available literature and published studies on the psychosocial distresses of Filipino migrant workers, particularly the study conducted by Dr. Veronica Ramirez, as supported by University of Asia and the Pacific, Department of Science and Technology, and the Philippine Council for Health Research and Development, indicate the existence of significant mental health problems among our OFWs, regardless of the host country. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, migrant health studies on our OFWs have also found that adverse mental health conditions are linked with discrimination and racism, employers' abuses, poor working conditions, insufficient supply of basic necessities, lack of welfare and social benefits, distance from the family, and of course, unfamiliar environment. Seafarers are on the higher risk category due to the prolonged isolation at sea, compounded by occupational hazards and longer working hours. Maritime, marital, and family issues, as well as financial difficulties, have also been identified as mental health stressors of our OFWs. Ginoong Speaker, mga kapwa ko mambabatas, isa pong kaakibat ng problema ng ating mga OFWs kung sila po ay tinatamaan ng mental health problems ay ang takot na sila ay tanggalin sa trabaho ng kanilang mga amo. Dahil dito, umiiwas po silang magpatingin ng kanilang karamdaman. Kung mayroon man silang mapupuntahang pagamutan at may kakayahan silang magpatingin. Dagdag pa rito ang kakulangan ng komprehensibong programa at mga tauhan ng ating embahada at konsulado na may sapat pong kaalaman sa mental health upang ang ating mga OFWs ay mabigyan ng akmang tugon sa kanilang kalagayan. Ang ating po mga konsulado, ang ating po mga embahada, hindi po sila professional when it comes to mental health, and they are very much willing to embrace yung mga papasok po ng mga mental health psychologists or professionals para po maidagdag sa kanilang serbisyo sa ating embahada at sa ating konsulado. Nandiyan din po ang mga undocumented OFWs na binabagabag po ng mental stress dahil sa kanilang illegal na katayuan at umiiwas na magpatingin sa takot na sila ay matunton at maparusahan ng mga immigration officials ng bansang kanilang kinalalagyan. Kaya't hindi po nakapagtataka, Mr. Speaker, na marami po sa ating OFWs na nakauwi na ng bansa ay may taglay pa rin pong mental health problems, lalo na po sa mga hanay ng mga kababaihan nating OFWs. Matindi rin po ang stigma at negatibong bias ng lipunan na nakadikit sa sakit na ito. Nawari po bang peklat na tataglayin mo na may karamdaman habang buhay? Obviously, Mr. Speaker, our society has a long way to go in normalizing the mental health in our culture. We lack the sensitivity and sensibility as a society toward mental health issues, and it has little to do with education or stature. The stigma against persons with mental health needs is there at both ends of the social spectrum, as if having a mental health problem makes one less of a person or a fragile soul who we have to tiptoe around or worse, avoid. Kung hindi man po kinukutya, nandyan din po ang pagbabaliwala. Sasabihin natin na meron ka namang mental health needs. Okay na lang yan. Mas malaking problema ang ibang tao kesa sa'yo. Inuman na lang natin yan. O ipagdasal mo na lang kaya yan. Hindi po natin nadarama at naiintindihan na kailangan po ng mga individual na ito with mental health problem ang sapat, malaliman, at maayos na tulong. Sana'y ating pong seryosohin ang mga pinagdaraanan ng mga taong dumaranas ng mental health disorders, lalo tigit po sa mga OFWs na tinatamaan ng mga karamdamang ito na bunga ng mga hamon at suliraning kanilang kinakaharap sa kanilang paghahanap buhay sa ibayong dagat. Mr. Speaker, Republic Act No. 8042 as amended, or the Migrant Workers and Overseas Filipino Acts, created the Overseas Filipino Resource Center to provide welfare services to our OFWs, including medical and hospitalization assistance. We also have Republic Act No. 10801, mandating the OWA to provide psychosocial counseling services to our OFWs. And more significantly, Mr. Speaker, Republic Act No. 11036 or the Mental Health Act underscores the commitment of the government to provide the mental health of the Filipino people. However, Mr. Speaker, there remain policy and implementation gaps in each phase of the labor migration, rooted in the interplay of the employment systems of the host countries, international jurisdictional barriers, socio-cultural factors, lack of human and financial resources, and apathy and ineptitude among certain government agencies and personnel. In the study of Dr. Ramirez, Mr. Speaker, it is recommended that with the growing number of distressed Filipino migrant workers all over the world, concrete and synchronized efforts of multi-agency and multi-sectoral partnerships are necessary to ensure an effective response and care to mental health problems suffered by our OFWs from pre-deployment to reintegration phases. Moreover, the focus must not be limited only to our OFWs, but must be inclusive of the families left behind and all Filipino migrants who are equally vulnerable to socio-cultural and environmental mental health stress factors. Most importantly, Mr. Speaker, focus must be on prevention rather than the treatment. However, Mr. Speaker, our response must be placed in a proper context. First, that mental health is a global public good. Second, that the mental health of an individual is a unique product of one's social and environmental influences along with their genetic and biological predispositions. And third, Mr. Speaker, mental health is a fundamental human right and requires a rights-based approach. This domain should highlight persisting policy gaps and address priority areas of action and implementation. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, while not yet daunting at present, the magnitude of the mental health problems of our OFWs may aggravate, if not timely and effectively addressed through public-private collaborative interventions in all phases of labor migration. Hence, the following are recommended. 1. Conduct of awareness campaigns among OFWs on existing mental health services that they may avail in every stage of the migration process, including referral flow and monitoring of patients until recovery. 2. Set a clear interagency referral system in the repatriation of distressed OFWs from the host country to the family reintegration phase by utilizing and enhancing the IMRAP. We already have the law, the Interagency Medical Assistance Program, IMRAP, alongside other available welfare services from relevant government agencies, including the development of service programs for detection and treatment of mental disorders, and ensuring the availability and reliable supply of medicines and rehabilitation services. 3. Increase the pool and develop the competencies of mental health professionals in diplomatic and foreign posts engaged in the psychosocial and psychiatric services of OFWs, including those in the frontline services such as DOH, the DSWD, and the OWA. Alam naman po natin, Mr. Speaker, na ang ating mga mental health professionals ay napakamahal po ng kanila pong mga fee. Kaya mas maganda po kung meron pong tulong na magmumula po sa ating gobyerno. Propose number 4, propose and pursue bilateral labor agreements with the host countries for easier access by OFWs on-site mental health facilities and services, and for the enhancement of financing and payment arrangement of foreign employers, recruitment agencies, and or PhilHealth. 5th, broaden accessibility and availability of mental health services at the local and community levels, including the monitoring and evaluation of the mental health of our returning OFWs to sustain continuity of care during the reintegration phase. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, the idea of psychosocial care or clinical treatment, whichever needed, is not a discussion you often hear in our health centers or primary hospitals. And this is what we need a stronger psychosocial care at the grassroots. Adequate mental health services should be as prevalent and accessible, just like check-up for diabetes in our communities, especially for our OFWs and their family members. Sa bahagi po ng OFW Party List at ng inyong lingkod, tayo po ay nakipag-ugnayan sa DOH, particularly sa National Center for Mental Health, upang tutukan po ang mental health needs ng ating OFWs at ng kanilang mga pamilya. Tungo sa capacity building, nagdaos din po tayo ang OFW Party List ng kauna-unahang psychological first aid training noong July 6, 2024, kung saan sinanay po natin ang ating mga OFW Party List leaders at mga miyembro at mga pamilya, katuwang ang ating mga staff. Nagsagawa rin po tayo ng mga information at awareness campaigns tungkol sa mga issue ng mental health ng ating OFWs at kung paano matutugunan ang problemang ito. Sa kasalukuyan, patuloy po ang ating pakikipag-ugnayan sa DOH, Department of Migrant Workers, Department of Foreign Affairs, sa layuning palawakin po ang serbisyo at programa ukol sa mental health na papakinabangan ng ating OFWs, mga kawani ng ating embahada at mga mamamayan natin sa pangkalahatan. Ang OFW Party List po ay nakipag-partner din po sa Sunful Foundation Korea, isang kilalang non-government organization sa pamumuno po ni Dr. Min Byung-chul, na isang respetadong propesor at mas matagumpay na advokasya niya laban sa cyberbullying, hate speech, human rights violations at mga stress factors para po sa mental health conditions. Ang Sunful Foundation po ay nagkaroon po ng courtesy call sa ating Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez at in-acknowledge din po dito sa atin sa ating plenaryo. Mapalad din po ang inyong lingkod na nahirang bilang ambassador ng Sunful Foundation at co-chair ng K-Respect Campaign at chairwoman ng Sunful Philippine House of Representatives. Ang ating pong pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga pribadong institusyon gaya ng Sunful Foundation Korea ay bahagi po ng ating pananaw na ang usapin ng mental health at mga pang-aabuso sa mga karapatan at kapakanan ng OFWs ay magkakawing, multisectoral at pandaigdigang usapin. In summary, the management of mental health issues among our OFW calls for a comprehensive review of our existing policies and the integration of the interrelated functions and responsibilities of all concerned government agencies and stakeholders for an effective multi-sectoral program implementation in all stages of overseas deployment of Filipino workers. Notably, one of the significant objectives of WHO Global Plan of Action is to devise and implement policy instruments on workers' health. It specifically indicates that particular attention should be paid to high-risk sectors of economic activity, among which are the migrant workers. Ginoong Speaker, mga kapwa ko mambabatas, palagi na po at paulit-ulit nating binabanggit ang kahalagahan ng ating mga OFWs dahil sa kanilang malaking kontribusyon sa ating pambansang ekonomiya at ang ating pagtatangi sa kanila bilang pagkilala sa kanilang mga sakripisyo at pagkawalay sa kanilang pamilya. Batid po natin ang hirap na kanilang tinitiis, mga suliraning nilalabanan habang nagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa na kadalas ay humahantong sa mga karamdamang nakakaepekto sa kanilang pag-iisip. Beyond the discussions and concerns on abuses, maltreatments, scams, and other problems that our OFWs encounter while working abroad, embedded are the more complex and degrading mental health problems they suffer from, often as consequences of their employment directly or indirectly. It is time we bring these issues of our OFWs to the fore and address them with firmness, decisive actions, and above all, compassion. This is also in line with the policy direction of our President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez to prioritize the welfare of our OFWs and comprehensively address their concerns, including their mental and emotional well-being. Sa ngalan po ng OFW Party List, ang kinatawang ito ay nanghihikayat na sama-sama nating pangalagaan ang mental health ng ating OFWs sa pamamagitan ng mga polisiya at programa sa kanilang kakaibang sitwasyon na dadaragdagan ng mga diskriminasyon at abuso habang malayo sa kanilang pamilya. Sana'y bigyan natin sila ng matibay na angkla na makakapitan sa panahong dumaranas ng mental health issues. Mabuhay po ang ating mga OFWs, mabuhay po tayong lahat, my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, para po sa OFW Party List, OFWs, kayo po ang bida. Maraming salamat po. From your Congresswoman, Marisa Del Mar Magsino.